deathmatch. Select a
Pour
champion.
vrai, là!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Tabarnak!
Choose your champion. Hurry up.
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun. The field of battle is a canvas, and I am an artiste. Whew. My thanks.
Prepare for battle.
My thanks.
Come, join my forces, and let your strength run wild. Worst case, you'll grow a tentacle or two, and trust me, it's not that bad.
You are a snow leopard amongst
5,
us.
4, 3, 2,
It's not a royal
1.
procession to battle.
And so
It'll
it
do.
begins. Got one of you.
You think you could do that on your own? Ouch. Give it a shot.
A short calls again. Harder.
Can't do that yet.
Your bloodlust is impressive. I suppose my job needs healing.
Enemies behind us.
Too much flashing. My thanks. I do so detest dying.
Luna!
I'll pay you later. That's the good stuff. Not yet. Need healing.
Did I trick you?
Okay. Twist! Watch the flank.
Oh, god damn it.
Try and run!
And back I come till my will be done. Enemies behind us!
Become a
Gun them down. Bleed. A dance of life and death.
Enemy killing
Oh, god
spree.
damn it!
I do so detest dying.
Enemies behind us.
Dodge this!
30 seconds remaining.
Can't do that yet.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Incoming!
4, 3, 2, 1.
God fucking damn it!
And back I come till my will be done.
Group up!
Witness true artistry. Actually,
Enemies
no.
behind us.
In the zone!
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds. Five, four,
Be careful.
3, 2, 1.
Enemies behind us. Fancy a shortcut?
Which one's which?
Not yet.
Enemy killing spree. We are stronger together.
You are welcome to my valuable aid. Thanks, man. You can't touch me. Need healing.
I
Need
suppose my
healing.
job here is done.
Killing spree.
Step into the light and perish.
As if they could stop.
Enemies
A
behind us.
dance of life and death.
A new age approaches!
Overtime.
On the way.
The payload.
the good stuff. You can't touch me.
You're caught in my orbit.
Rampage.
Taste my sword. A dash of
In a row.
inspiration and a hefty helping of death.
Swarming about! You're like the eagle soul.
Double.
Enemies behind us.
Insubordinate!
Cabbage.
What it feels like? On me way.
Enemy killing.
Aw, man.
Actually, no. I hate spending my own money, but I do need items. Twist!
30 seconds
A
remaining.
dance of life and death!
Time to take charge.
Simply
Magic.
tragic. I do so
15
detest
seconds
dying.
remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Incoming!
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Throw the man down.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds. Five,
Let's get
four,
it.
3, 2, 1.
You can't touch me. Can't do that.
Group up.
Blade du blade.
Thanks,
No,
Pat. I think not.
Let's go! Good time.
Killing spree. That's 5 in a row.
As if they could stop me. Twist! A dance of life and death!
Unstoppable. Blade du blade.
You could learn a thing or two
Overtime!
from me. You could learn a thing or two. That's the good stuff.
You actually won. Wow.
It was an
Wait.
easy task.
Good game.
I am the greatest. Yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yes. Oh, great. That is so fun. Oh yeah. That is so fun. Fun. Yes.
Select a champion, quickly!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun. What a motley band of beings we have here. Good. I hate normal.
The battle is about to begin! 5, 4, 3, 2,
A dance, a prance, a
1!
pony.
I've been waiting for so long!
No, I think not.
Blood everywhere!
You think you could do that on your own? Actually, no. You can't touch me.
Killing
Too
spree.
flashy. Of course not. Twist. On the flank. Thanks, Pat. My thanks.
Rampage.
As if they could stop me. That's the good stuff.
Keep your head down.
Watch the flank. You can't touch me.
Seven in a row.
A dance of life and death. A dash
you
of
play?
inspiration.
That's 9 in a row.
Long live the...
I'm not afraid.
Give it a shot.
Sure to start a blaze.
Ah, that's the good stuff.
I will not be stopped.
Behind us.
11 in a row.
Oh, what a mishap. Witness true artistry. Thanks, Pat. As if they could stop me.
Godlike.
Dance of life and death.
Let's fight! We need to get back in the fight. I'll kill you for that!
15 in a row.
Can't touch me.
Enemy killing spree.
It was an easy task. I don't suppose the 5-finger discount applies? No? Time to buy an item then.
Come on, let's fight!
You actually won! Wow!
It was an easy task. You could learn a thing or two from me.
Yes, you can. Oh, yes.
Caspian. Caspian.
Choose your champion! Hurry up!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun. The field of battle is a canvas, and I am an artiste.
Prepare for battle!
Hi.
Hey. Greetings and salutations.
3, 2,
Onward, my steed,
1!
to battle.
So it begins. God, everywhere!
Gun them down.
Killing spree.
Not yet. We all must meet our end. And back I come till my will be done. I'll pay you later. The point is ours. Can't do that yet. That's the good stuff. Sniper, you made me bleed. A dance of life and death.
Do play.
Thanks. Twist. Can't move. You could learn a thing or two from me.
Yes.
Whew. My thanks.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Armageddon approaches!
Killing spree.
Of course. Hey.
Do play. That's 5 in a row.
Can't touch me.
Halo.
Team to victory. Ah, that's the good stuff. Simply tragic. Ooh, Yeah. I do so detest dying. Twist! On the flank. I cannot move. Not yet. You are welcome to my embarrassment.
Like this? Yet. I'll remember this.
A dance of life and death.
Wow.
It was an easy task. You could learn a thing or two.
Get in your spawn, baby, baby. Get in your spawn. Baby. Get in your spawn, baby, baby. Are you hungry?
Select a champion, quickly!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
No need. I will give you a lesson. 1. I'm better. 2. I'm better. 3. I'm better. 4. Better.
Choose your champion, hurry up!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun. What a motley band of beings we have here. Good. I hate normal.
The battle is about to begin! Five, 4, 3, 2,
A dance, a prance, a
1!
pony.
It's party time!
The challenger sont se pointe. Cover them.
They got one of you! Check out these effects.
You think you could do that on your own?
Double. Killing spree.
Can't do that yet.
You are kind.
Need healing. That tickled. Death stalks every alley.
Attention all! A masters. You are the hero. Targets in mind.
You can't
Step
touch
into
me.
the dark and die. Enemies are on our flank.
Watch the flank. Ah, that's the good stuff.
Just try and touch.
And back I come till my will be done.
In Paris.
You are always by my side.
Thanks, pal. Not yet.
Time's too angry.
A dance of life and death. Taste my sword. We all must meet our end.
I don't fear death, and more healing. I don't.
I do so detest dying.
Targets mine.
You can't touch me.
One I can rectify. I've got ya. Attention all! The masters.
You are welcome for my invaluable aid.
Step into the dark.
Death stalks every alley.
Let us sail the sky.
And back I come till my will be done.
Twist.
think you could do that on your own?
I don't fear death. And more importantly,
That's the good stuff.
Oh, goddamn.
Enemy.
you're out of time.
I do so detest dying.
Step into the light. Inherit
A dance of life and death. You are welcome, my invaluable masters.
Time's ticking. Killing spree.
encapsulation complete.
Thanks. You can't touch me.
This one is mine. Step into the dark and die.
That's the good stuff. You could learn a thing or two from me.
You
Another
actually
one under
won!
my belt.
Wow!
It was an...
Huh? I am so good, alone, alone, good. I hate to play alone, but I'm so good. Oh yeah, good. So good. Good.
Siege! Select a champion, quickly!
Caspian.
Caspian. Oh yeah. Caspian. Oh no. Caspian. Caspian. Caspian, Caspian, Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun.
Caspian. Le Caspian. Le Caspian. Yes. Le Caspian. Do you love me?
The field of battle is a canvas, and I am an artiste. It was an easy task.
Prepare for battle!
Onward, my steed, to battle.
So it begins.
I'll attack left flank.
Don't let them steal the points from us!
Blood everywhere!
Hold the front line!
Dodge this! As if they could stop me.
Killing spree.
You could learn a thing or two. Help! A dash of inspiration and a hefty helping of death.
Toward the payload!
My thanks. Gun them down.
11 in a row.
A dance of life and death.
Pick up the pace!
Need healing. You think you could do that on your own? That's the good stuff.
Flashed out!
You are welcome for my invaluable aid.
Let's fight!
You are a blessing.
You could learn a thing or two from me.
I am the cuddliest.
Actually, no. You could learn a thing or two from me.
I am the cuddliest.
Actually, no.
I am the cuddliest.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
yeah. You could learn a thing or two from me.
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
My thanks.
I am the cuddliest.
Actually, no.
I am the cuddliest.
They could stop me.
Play do play.
My thanks. And back I come till my will be done.
Tabarnak!
Actually, no.
Snack time.
Up and away.
I do so detest dying.
Enemy killing spree.
On my way. Ultimate is ready.
Let's fight.
Gather around.
A dance of life and death.
Killing spree.
Thanks, Pat. Was that too flashy? Of course not. You could learn a thing or two from me. Capture the objective. I'll attack.
No play.
What's this?
Rampage. Attack.
Gracias, médico.
That's the good stuff.
Snuck up on us.
What's the plan? You think you could do that on your own? Something tragic. I hate spending my own money, but I do need items. On the flank.
Gather around.
Can't do that yet.
Let's fight.
Actually, no. A dance of life and death. A dash of inspiration. Helping her down. My thanks. And back I come till my will be done.
Seconds remaining.
That's the good stuff.
15 seconds remaining.
You are welcome for my invaluable.
10, 9. You actually won.
was easy.
Wow.
It was an easy task. Simply
I am
tragic.
the cuddliest.
No, I think not.
Look at the score, baby. I am the cuddliest. Don't you see what I'm talking about? de 88.
Who's your champion? Hurry up!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun.
Thank you.
What a motley band of beings we have here. Good. I hate normal.
The battle is about to begin! Five, 4, 3, 2,
A dance, a prance, a
1!
pony.
It's party time! Blood everywhere!
Give it a shot.
Need healing.
I do so detest dying.
I'm on it.
I will not wither. Like the evil soul, aren't you?
Not yet. Watch the flank. Thanks, Pat.
I needed that. Thank
I'm not giving up.
Twilight reigns.
Do this together. Thank you.
And back I come till my will be done. I'll pay you later.
Your light flickers.
A new age approaches.
A dance of life and
Do
death.
Come on, let's fight!
Killing
As
spree.
if they could stop me. You can't touch me. On the flank.
Five in a row.
Flash out!
I needed that. Thank you.
No
Do
one
so
escapes the
detest
law!
dying.
Your light flickers. I'm not giving up!
You think you could do that on your own?
I suppose my job is done.
Killing spree.
Awesome support.
You can't touch me. A dance of life and death. Ah, that's the good stuff.
Double.
Simply tragic.
How abysmal! Ugh, that stinks. The power of a ruler.
Enemy behind
Great shot! Flash out!
Come on, let's fight!
Enemies above! The new age approaches!
Kill you for that!
You're quite the evil soul, aren't you?
Double.
You have my back.
Enemy killing spree.
Back I come till my will be done. On my way.
I'm not giving up!
A dance of life and death.
I'm not.
You are welcome for my invaluable aid.
Thank you.
I do so detest.
No one escapes the law!
Double.
You can't touch me.
Group up!
On the flank!
Group up! Group up!
Flash out!
Do that on your own? Twist. Thanks, Ash.
Killing spree.
Your bloodlust
Deep
is impressive.
Rampage.
got your back.
Come on, let's fight!
A new age approaches. A dance of life and death.
You play? Wow.
Greetings and sound.
Peekaboo, pika, pika, pika. Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Select a champion, quickly!
Caspian.
Yeah, you're gonna look stupid no matter what.
Let's have some fun. The field of battle is a canvas, and I am an artiste.
Prepare for battle! Five, 4, 3, 2,
Onward, my steed,
1!
to battle.
And so it begins.
Our front line needs help.
They got one of you.
You earned the god's wrath.
Give it a shot. Watch the flank. Thanks, Pat. Can't do that yet. You think you could do that on your own? Need healing. Actually, no.
Enemy killing spree.
On the flank. I do so detest dying.
Enemy rampage.
You're mine.
You are welcome for my invaluable aid. Taste my sword.
All I see is the boy.
A dance of life and death.
Killing spree.
Watch the flank. You can't touch me. Not yet. You all must meet our end.
Blue du blé. That's 5 in a row.
Thanks, Pat. Stuck. You are welcome for my invaluable aid.
It perished.
I do
Spend
so
the credits.
detest dying. You think you could do that on your own? Watch the flank.
Enemy killing spree.
You're mine!
Fire! Tech 4!
Cerebral terror mod engaged.
Dodge this! Can't do that.
You're mine! Will dominate
Enemy killing spree.
I will not wither.
And back I come till my will be done.
Ultimate is ready.
The orbs never.
Twist. Death stalks everywhere.
A dance of life and death.
Not yet.
Dublé. Killing spree.
On the flank. You are welcome to my invaluable aid. We all must meet our end. I do so detest dying.
You're mine!
You think you can do that on your own?
Need healing, need healing.
You are snow amongst geese.
A dance of life and death.
Hear my
Cerebral terror mod.
I do so detest dying. Watch the flank. On the flank. You made me bleed.
You're mine!
A dance of life and death.
Dublé. Killing spree.
Thanks, Pat.
Witness.
Dublé. Rampage.
Step into the light. Impelling!
You actually won.
was easy.
Wow.
It was an easy task. You could learn a thing or two from me.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, yes, yes. È veramente... Oh, va mangi, 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 mangi. Ah la pica 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 bu pica bu. Yeah, peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
Hi, I'm Mikey. Roxanne. Frosty.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Come here. 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 You told me you lost your wife and this was the first holidays?
You know, sun-kissed with the roof down, and Scott's just beaming, and he's with Lacey, who's adorable. I remember telling my sister-in-law, Susan, just how bubbly she was and how smitten Scott was.
Lacey did touch on the Peterson dynamic a few times and always mentioned that it became a lot because Lee had 3 children from his previous marriage and Jackie had 1 that she brought in, and then obviously Lee and Jackie had Scott together. I don't know, I always felt like Scott was the golden child because he was the only one between them and he could do no wrong between anybody, and I think she would get a little overwhelmed when everybody got together. But I do know that they truly welcomed her as their daughter. They just, I saw it with my own eyes how much they doted on her.
Scott had maybe a girlfriend or 2, but nobody that really stuck out to me. Not like Lacey. But I just said this could be the one, and I think he kind of knew that right away.
Lacey had definitely talked about wanting to be married. I think she maybe expected it was coming at some point, but it was almost like it was just so spur of the moment. I mean, they got engaged in our living room for crying out loud. I don't know what he said to her, but it was just like authentic. Unlike something grand and like all these other things that Scott would normally do, it was just pure. Like it was just the 2 of them in their moment. When they got married, they were both still in school. The wedding day was picture perfect. It was just like they were the perfect couple, and she was just the most beautiful bride.
The original call came in on Christmas Eve. So when I came down and started talking to Al on Christmas Day, there was an interest level on this case that we rarely see. You have to throw into it the emotional attachment that people would have for the situation with Lacey being pregnant, and then you throw in the attractiveness of Lacey and Scott, and then the holiday season on top of that, and then you've got something that people just cling to.
KTVU Channel 2 reporter Ted Rollins joins us now live from Modesto with the story. Ted?
The friends and family of this woman have been out searching and putting up flyers for the last day and a half. They're expected to be out here.
I was looking for a local news station in the San Francisco Bay Area. For a reason, someone had this flyer. Missing person down in Modesto, which is an area we wouldn't normally cover. But because there was nothing going on December 26th, we headed down to see about this missing pregnant woman, Lacey Peterson.
Lacey, who was 8 months pregnant, vanished on Christmas Eve while walking her dog. The dog returned home. Lacey did not. In Modesto, Maria Gomez, Channel 5, Eyewitness News. I was working for KOVR, which was a CBS affiliate in Sacramento. Sadly, crime was a big issue in the area, especially in the Stockton, Modesto area. So, as a young reporter, I was thrust into the crime scene beat right off the get-go. I knew this was a big story. Dimitri filling family and friends with glory.
Dry Creek Park is at the end of their street in Modesto's La Loma district, a popular spot for jogging and dog walking. Police are certain she was there.
The theory at the time was she was out walking her dog, Mackenzie, in a park. And this park is adjacent to their street on Covina Avenue in Modesto.
Relatives, friends, and neighbors joined in, distributing flyers and searching the park.
You know, it's a terrible thing that something like this happened. We want to do what we can to help.
You could tell that there was something about this. This wasn't just, oh, let's go do something nice for the community. These were people that wanted to find out where Lacey was. People that didn't know who Lacey was, but they really felt for this young pregnant woman.
Everybody could relate to Lacey. The very first time I saw Lacey, she looked like my grandmother. She was always smiling and laughing, and I would go in the mornings to take her out of her crib, and she always had a big grin on her face. She was a good baby. Dennis and I split up when Lacey was just over a year old, and then she was 2.5 when I met Ron. And he loved Lacey. She was outgoing. She was not bashful at all. I don't know where she got that attribute, because I was always quieter, and her brother was quieter. I would get notes home from the teachers. Occasionally she talked a little too much. That's where the Jabberjaws came from. It was just a little nickname we had for her, because her jaws were always going. She had a lot of friends. They were always laughing and giggling. They were girls.
I met Lacey in the 7th grade. She's very outgoing and she had a bright smile. She's hard not to like. We had a lot of fun practicing cheer routines and commercials. Lacey had a presence. She brought us all together. It was a small town. Everybody knew everybody.
Oh, yeah, it was. She had boyfriends, but she had friends who were boys, too. I mean, they were always in groups and everywhere. Either our house or someone else's house, and all the time.
Lacey and I used to go to Roller King all the time together. We used to have sleepovers all the time. It was instant friendship. She was just a person that if you were going to know her, you were going to be her friend, you were going to be there. You wanted to be there.
The morning of the 26th, we came home to a message on the answering machine from Lacey's friend Renee, and she just said that Lacey's missing. We can't find her. Called my parents, said we need to go to Modesto. Now,
Volunteers have set up a search center. A $125,000 reward is being offered.
Lacey's friends and family, they had a conference room set up at the Red Lion Hotel where, they were handing out flyers. It was very professionally coordinated.
Stacy Jensen and her 2 kids stopped by to write a check and get a ribbon.
People were making ribbons, a blue ribbon and a yellow ribbon, and giving those out. And I remember looking at them and thinking that the ribbons weren't lined up. And Lacey would be cropping ribbons. So I would sit there with scissors and I was cropping the ribbons because I thought Lacey would be cropping these ribbons. And Scott walked by and I said, I just don't know what else to do.
it's such a strange reality to realize that you're literally putting up a missing persons poster for your best friend. We walked streets and put up posters for miles and miles. And Scott was right there with us, but he would joke. And he would laugh. And part of you at the time welcomes the distraction. Like you get to the point where your body is ill because you're key, dismal, each day, and the search grid became wider and wider. You become more desperate and more desperate. It's unbelievable. At a press conference Thursday afternoon, family pleaded for the public's help.
Lacey, if you're out there and can hear us and see us, we love you. And we're searching, we're looking, and we're going to find you.
Chris, lâche-moi! Nah, man.
Thanks to 100% electric Nissan Ariya, this program is brought to you ad-free after the following message.
Impressed?
Searching, we're looking, and we're going to find you.
Before the press conference that day, we weren't getting much information. But my thought was, trusting police, we're going to get to the bottom of what had happened and where Lacey was.
Do you have any evidence yet? Anything?
We don't have any evidence at this time.
I don't know if you can tell me this. The husband was fishing with somebody at that time?
We're not going to go into great detail about what information we have at this time, so we won't go into that. That's part of the ongoing investigation, and we'll continue every aspect of the investigation.
It came out that Scott went fishing on Christmas Eve, and this was a room full of reporters.
They started peppering our chief of police about Scott fishing.
Chief, was Scott fishing by himself, or was he with someone in Berkeley?
We're not gonna discuss that at this point.
I think probably viewers would find it odd that you can't explain what the husband was doing fishing.
Well, let me kind of just put that all the rest. It would be wrong for me to speculate.
Okay, I don't understand what you're talking about speculating. You mean whether he was actually fishing or not?
Just, yes, it would be wrong for me to speculate.
And Scott got up and left.
My first impressions of Scott Peterson, he was very distant, very reserved. I thought that was kind of odd that Scott wasn't engaging the media to try to get the word out about his missing wife. So I thought, well, everybody handles stress differently. So everybody kind of gave him his room. We figured that eventually he would talk to us and try to explain what he knew so we can get the word out there.
Early on, he rang the doorbell and Scott answers the door and he wants nothing to do with us. And he gave us a flyer and he said, no cameras, no cameras. Told my photographer to put the camera down. He wanted nothing to do with the media, which is the best way to get the word out. Everyone else was doing interviews. Everybody else wanted constant coverage, not Scott.
He really wasn't on the news. That was us. Hey, girls, go do this. Renee, talk. I don't want to do this. You guys do it. We need to keep this about Lacey.
Lacey's picture should be put out there. Her face should be on the news because that's who we're trying to find.
Don't put pictures of us out there.
He shouldn't be any part of that.
Whether it was Lacey's friends or Lacey's family, all of them were anxious, panicked. They had a sense of urgency, and Scott didn't exhibit any of that. And then when it comes to asking you for complete cooperation from him, he dodges that. For example, Christmas Day, Scott had talked to his father, and his father had advised him against taking a polygraph. So he refused the polygraph, even though he said the evening before that he would take it.
Every time I tried to talk to him, he was busy. Had to go here or do that or whatever. I remember being at the volunteer center, and he was there, and I walked up behind him, and I just took his arm, and I said, we need to talk, and I took him into one of the rooms. And that was really the first time we talked, and we really had a conversation, and I asked him to tell me what happened Christmas Eve morning. And he didn't have a lot to say about that. When I asked him about the boat, I said, why didn't you mention that before? He said, oh, well, I was keeping a surprise for Ron. I said, why were you thinking you were a surprise for Ron? It's not his boat, it's your boat. No answer to that either. I said, why didn't you take a polygraph test? And then everybody will know you're okay, that you didn't do this. He said, well, I'm too upset to take that. And that was it. I mean, I love Scott as my son-in-law, he was part of our family. I certainly didn't want to think that he'd had anything to do with her disappearance. But I just remember thinking at that moment, that was strange. And I thought, well, he's worried. And that's why he's acting the way he was acting. Instead of like a husband that's missing his wife. After she got married, they had rented a house in Morro Bay, which is 3 miles north of San Luis. But I think she kind of missed her friends and just a different atmosphere. So she was ready to come back to Modesto, and Scott was willing to come with her.
When Lacey came home from Cal Poly and she and Scott moved back here, we really all started doing everything together.
Oh,
I felt that at the time that they were a good couple.
You thought what Lacey told you of Scott because you didn't really hear a lot from Scott. It was always what Lacey told you of him. But she was very happy, and that was huge. It made us happy.
They were neighbors of my grandmother and only a few blocks away from where we lived. So quickly, we had a lot to talk about.
They were just a cute couple. They would have pool parties. They'd invite us over for The Sopranos. They acted like newlyweds when we met them. even though they'd been married over 4 years.
About 4 years.
And I know Lacey, I mean, she was made to be a mom. She almost had that innate kind of aura about her.
She'd ask me questions about, what was it like to be pregnant, and just curious, about all of those things. And I remember after her housewarming, she called me, and she was crying at that time, and because she wanted to get pregnant, and he didn't want to have a child. And then it was probably about 6 months later or so when she called and said that, that they were trying. And I asked her about that. I said, well, you said he didn't want to. And she said, oh, he's changed his mind. He said, he wants to now.
That summer, we had talked a lot about her trying to get pregnant, and she was having difficulty. I believe June 8th was my baby shower that she threw for us. The next morning, we all got a phone call very early that she was pregnant. She was just so excited.
They were ready to start this chapter in their life. It seemed perfect timing. We had a baby shower for her, and it was a wonderful time to celebrate her, and she loved being pregnant.
July 16th, 2002. Today, Scott and I had our first sonogram. The baby looked like a peanut, so small, with a strong heartbeat and active. My true feelings would be excitement and relief. I can't wait for the changes to come. October 27th. Scott felt the baby move for the first time. I felt relieved because I didn't want to be the only one experiencing such a beautiful moment. Scott didn't show a whole lot of excitement, but I know he really was.
I was happy for her, but for some reason I just thought, had in the back of my mind that something didn't feel quite right, because he didn't want to have kids at all, and then all of a sudden he did, and that concerned me.
The night of the 26th, we were at Scott and Lacey's house, and we had a tray of frozen lasagna. Turned the oven on, and I saw Detective Brocchini kind of walk through the door.
I knocked on the door, and Scott said, "Come in." And he was at his table reading the newspaper. So me and my partner, John Bueller, are like, "Hey, Scott, we really would like to come back and do a more thorough search of the house, maybe the cars, your computers, your cell phones. Maybe she had a stalker online you didn't know about. Maybe there's some hair or some blood or some fingerprints in here that aren't yours or hers." And he's giving me the nod.
Throughout all of my contacts with Scott, I just found him to be, charming and cordial and nice. But there was another side to him also. There was a side of him that was guarded, and a cooperation side that was always limited.
So we give him a consent form. You just sign here, and you're giving us permission to do all of that. And he picks it up and reads it, and then he's like, "You don't expect me to sign this without a lawyer."
Well, we already had a search warrant to do the house because we suspected he was going to say no.
He's like, "Where's the trust, Al?" To me. I'm like, "Scott, we're here trying to help you find Lacey."
There's 12/26 of 02. It's now 1956 hour.
Scott left, and we spent the next 2 days in the house going over it thoroughly.
Yeah. One of the things that we did on that search was we contacted the Department of Justice up in Sacramento.
I was the special agent supervisor of the Violent Crime Profiling Unit. Our job was to help condense and narrow the focus of an investigation, providing behavioral assistance to do a wide variety of things.
West of your house?
Surveying the home, there was just very little indication that anything unusual had happened. A very comfortable lifestyle. They loved their home. They enjoyed good food and good wine, and that they were close with family. After I visited the home, we went to the warehouse. And immediately, our attention was drawn to the boat trailer.
Scott told me on Christmas Eve it was that morning decision to go fishing. But what we find when we do these searches is, okay, he buys his fishing license on the 20th. He buys his boat on the 9th of December. Nobody knows he owns it. He searches the bay tides on 12/8. He's not searching for a fishing report or what bait to use. He's searching the bay tides. And he told me on Christmas Eve.
Well, the reason I went was to get that boat.
From Modesto to the fishing marina is about 90 miles.
Hey!
Just to get your boat in the water for the first time, you don't drive by yourself all the way to Berkeley Marina.
Al was working on clearing Scott, and that was his focus. Craig was what was called the case officer. Craig's role in this was to put the whole case together.
One of the things that the guys were talking to me about out there at the shop, you told us that you had a homemade anchor. And it looks like that you made that right there at the shop. And did you make just one? Okay.
During the search of the boat, you can see the one anchor. It's homemade, little bucket anchor, has a little piece of rebar on top, and there's no rope in the boat. You're going to make an anchor, and you're not going to have a rope to tie it and throw it overboard. And then, where he made the anchor, you could see there was more than one anchor made. Right where the numbers are, the roundness here, and see how this bucket would be. And then also found in the boat was a pair of needle nose pliers with a big long black hair wrapped around it. So now we're seeing things that aren't lining up.
A warehouse that was searched tonight. Police removing the boat that he is. A warehouse that was searched tonight. Police removing the boat that he is said to have used on that fishing trip on Christmas Eve day, the same day, as you know, that Lacey disappeared. And tonight, as you say, we've also learned that a neighbor was burglarized sometime after Lacey is said to have been last seen.
I remember hearing that somebody has broken into the neighbor's home. The Medinas come home on December 26th at 4:30 p.m. There was a large police presence. People were canvassing the neighborhood looking for Lacey. When they get into their home, they realize that the door's been kicked in. They walk right back out in the front yard and they tell all the police that are in their front yard that they've been robbed. This was too much of a coincidence to ignore.
The neighbors who asked that we not identify them left town about 10:30 a.m. Tuesday morning. That's around 1 hour after Scott Peterson last reported seeing his wife. They returned from that trip just yesterday.
I don't know what to think anymore. This is just too much that had happened in almost the same time.
I thought, well, maybe we're getting somewhere now. Maybe we've got our first real clue, possibility of what could have happened.
As the burglary detectives started working on this, the concern was the possibility that it could be related to Lacey's disappearance.
So it's being investigated. We have detectives go out. Maybe these burglars have something to do. Maybe they saw something. You know, maybe they saw Lacey. We don't know, but we want to find these burglars.
We all had our own theories. Every one of us were thinking different things. I was really trying to believe that that circumstance with the burglary and the van across the street had something to do with it. It was too coincidental.
I mean, we were trying to do every theory I think possible to exonerate Scott. We were coming up with all kinds of things. Last you think is Scott did something to her.
Never crossed our minds.
Has anyone talked to Lacey's husband, and how's he holding up? Do we know?
Well, he appears to be holding up pretty well. He is assisting in the volunteer effort inside, helping to coordinate things. He has elected not to talk to the media, but his family and hers are very supportive of him.
Scott's just as worried as we are. He is sick at heart about what has happened to Lacey.
Scott is Mr. Wonderful. He's the most gentle, wonderful person you'd ever want to meet.
Because of the media attention that exploded, there were over 11,000 tips that came into the Modesto Police Department on this case from all over the country.
We had a team. All they did was follow up those leads.
Modesto Police Department Investigations Hotline, this is Deb.
Next to my desk was one of our senior clerks, Beverly Valdivia, and she was taking calls, and so she was on her headset, but she's typing in to her monitor this call. And Brocchini, luckily, was walking past, and he's glancing at the screen there, and he sees this message coming up.
She's typing, and I'm reading it. I'm like, Bev, is that lady on the phone right now? And she said, yeah. I said, let me talk to her. And then she identifies herself. It's a woman named Amber Fry.
I was called a mistress, but that was so absolutely far from what I was.
So what do you want to be together with me?
Lacey started the Christmas parties. It was a yearly thing. Like, we looked forward to it. She went all out. She strived to have the fun, happy home. She wanted everyone over. But things weren't the same for her that year. She wasn't planning her big celebration, and Scott wasn't going to be there because he was going to be out of town. He was gone a lot. And I think that was hard for her. She was doing a lot on her own. I ended up having the Christmas party that year. We had the biggest storm. The streets were all flooded, and here comes Lacey, you know, and she looked like she'd been through. When I opened the door, I'm like, Lacey, and she came in and she's like, oh my gosh. You could tell she was kind of down about just it not being the normal holiday because it was always so big for her. She pretty much sat in the corner in a chair most of the night. It took a lot out of her to come. Yeah, that was the last time we saw her.
We're at our desks at the police station, and the phone rings. It's this lady who identifies herself as Amber Fry. She tells me she's been dating Scott Peterson. I said, Amber, don't tell him you called me, please. We'll be right there.
And so we jump in my car and we rocket down to Fresno. We might have bent the speed limit slightly.
We're wondering, can this really be happening? I mean, this is crazy. But she had specifics. This is real.
It was a revelation in the case because now we found the other side of Scott Peterson that nobody knew about.
When I first met Scott Peterson, I was living in Madera, Rolling Hills. I just graduated from massage school, and my really good friend at the time told me about this guy that she had met. She said he was funny, easy to talk to, he was, nice looking, and that he was looking to meet the one. And, as a single mom, that was something I was open to and wanting in my life. Scott and I started talking on the phone. He told me he lived in Sacramento, and with his work schedule, he traveled to Bakersfield and back, and so I was on his way. I thought he was handsome. He had a really nice smile. He seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders. He was interested in my life and my daughter, and he was very sweet with her. Our time together it just flowed. Like, we laughed a lot. We had some good conversations. I asked if he'd ever been married. He said no. I asked if he had children. He said no, ever wanted to. I believe he said Ayana would be enough for him. There was a holiday party coming up, and I asked if he would accompany me. So he showed up with 3 dozen roses and said he had thought about me all day. My feelings for him were growing, and I could see falling in love and potentially marrying him one day.
Amber had finally met somebody who treated her well. She was attracted to him, and she believed, like most of us, that he was who he presented himself to be.
Scott was a masterful romantic, and she was his tight-kept secret for a period of time until a guy who worked for Scott somehow ran into one of Amber's best friends who introduced Scott to Amber. Scott came up in the conversation and he mentioned something about Scott being married. Amber's friend, of course, calls Scott and confronts him with this. And she just said, you better tell Amber, because if you don't tell her, I'm going to.
December 9th, I got a call from Scott asking if I'd be home and that there was something he needed to tell me. And so he showed up. He looked upset, almost scared. We're holding hands at the table, like, I'm listening, what is it? And he said that he had lied about being married. And at this point, he's crying and having a hard time talking, and said he had lost his wife and they'd be the first holidays without her. I remember just comforting him, understanding this must be very hard. I didn't know, maybe she died in a car accident. And there was all these thoughts I wanted to ask, but at the same time, with his emotions, I thought, I don't want to pry. He'll share with what he feels comfortable with. He was saying, I could understand if you don't ever want to see me or talk to me again, but he was sorry that he had lied to me, and I hope that didn't change anything. And then a couple weeks later, I get a call from my friend, and he had a printout of a news article. There wasn't a picture of Scott, but there was a description of him and his missing pregnant wife. I was definitely in shock, couldn't stop crying, just in disbelief. Everything was a lie. And it was terrifying, like to think this man that I was getting to know could have something to do with his wife's disappearance. So I called the Modesto Police Department, eager to tell them everything I knew.
During the interview with her, she kind of drops a bombshell on John Bueller and I. She says on December 9th, Scott told her he lost his wife. Same day he bought the boat.
There were several light bulb moments when it came to this case. One of them, of course, was the smiling pose of Scott and Amber in the tux in the red dress. The same night they had a party in Modesto that Lacey was at, 8 months pregnant, sitting there, smile beaming, and here he is 100 miles away with this other girl. Now we have some actual solidified proof that there's something going on here.
My stomach was in knots. I found very little innocence in his behavior. It was something I didn't want to have to think to be real. The detectives asked if I would be willing to wear a wire or a piece that hooks up to my phone.
We asked her just to play along. So I went in Radio Shack, I bought the equipment, and I said, when he calls, all you gotta do is push these 2 buttons and act normal.
I always knew when Scott was going to call because we had talked about it per his schedule and mine. That way we didn't miss each other's calls. Scott had told me he was going to be spending Thanksgiving with his family in Alaska. Christmas, they were going to be in Maine. And then from there, he was going to Paris.
Hey, Happy New Year. I wanted to call you.
Thank you.
Amber,
I wish you could hear me.
I'm near the Eiffel Tower. You can tell that it's unreal. The crowd is huge.
I know inside my mind, I'm like, you're lying through your teeth. He was not, in fact, in Paris. He was at a candlelight vigil for Lacey.
Amber, if you're there, I can't hear you right now, but I'll call you on your New Year's. Amber, miss you. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
I can't say my heart ever stopped pounding or my hands sweating every time I anticipated a call. That never changed. I got better at, I guess, in the sense of calming myself down. That was something I knew was important that he didn't know I knew.
My New Year's resolution for you would be to not travel so much and spend more time with me and Ayana.
Amber was incredibly gifted when it came to navigating through this with no training, with no experience. I didn't tell her what to say. I wasn't giving her a script on any of this stuff. And I think with her, she probably was holding out a little bit of hope that Lacey would be discovered safe and that we were to be able to clear them.
So what do you want to be together with me?
For my marital life, I can care for you.
And
I love so much. I think we care for each other.
After we found out about Amber, we requested a wire tap on Scott's phone. That way we could hear what Scott was saying to anybody. Our goal was hopefully he was going to confess. But there were still several leads that we were investigating.
A burglary across the street from Lacey's home remains an intriguing development. This home was broken into sometime between Christmas Eve and December 26th.
We still want to find these burglars. The Medinas live across the street from the Petersons, and they left on a few-day vacation the morning of the 24th, and they came back on the evening of the 26th. And during that time, their house got burglarized.
The problem with the burglary story is that even from the beginning, it seemed to be a moving target, and there was nothing very concrete about it. The Medinas were burglarized. Clearly. When is a big one. Originally, it's the 24th. That's because a neighbor believes they saw a suspicious van outside the Medina house on the 24th. There was people that were talking about maybe she was abducted by the burglars, and then people were calling in about a van in the neighborhood that some people had seen, some people hadn't. There was one neighbor that saw it. Originally, she said it was white, then it became tan, then it became brown as her statement continued. Totally ruins her credibility. In the meantime, the other burglary detectives are working this burglary, and they're able to develop two suspects.
We received a tip yesterday that led us to some suspects in the burglary case. We are confident they are the ones that committed the burglary.
Stephen Todd and Donald Pierce were local criminals doing property crimes to source a narcotics habit. And when they find out that not only are they being looked at for the burglary, but they're also being fingered as possibly being involved in Lacey's disappearance, their cooperation level changes to a level that we've seldom ever seen in a burglary investigation. The burglars are like, oh, we burgled the house. We did not kidnap this lady. We believe we were there the 27th. I know what that is. They couldn't have done it on the 27th because the Medinas were home on the 27th. Could they get the dates wrong? Certainly. I mean, these guys don't have jobs. They're not accountable for anything. There's no reason to think that the 27th has any more significance than just an error in date recall by the two suspects that did the burglary. Between investigators and the burglars, the 26th became the time frame where the state of California believes the Medina house was burgled. And eventually investigators sort of zipped up about it.
One day after Stephen Todd and Glenn Pierce are arrested, the police are saying the burglary occurred on December 26th, and it's unrelated to Lacey's disappearance. At the time, nobody questioned that. We all thought the police had done their due diligence. I believed it at first, but we kind of later put two and two together that on the 26th, that would be the last place that you would want to break and enter someone's home when there's a police presence and media presence.
Todd and Pierce told us that when they got there, they noticed that there was media activity down the street, and they thought it was interesting. Apparently, they didn't know about the Peterson case yet at that time. But they were able to successfully complete the burglary, and then they split, and that was it.
Yeah, I was that lady disturbed.
They knew they were going to jail for the burglary, and there's a code amongst inmates that you don't hurt children and you don't hurt vulnerable women. So not only did they take a polygraph, they were almost begging for a polygraph just so they could have the results to show the other inmates that they had no part of this. They did clear the polygraph. And in all the property that was recovered on this burglary, there was not one piece of evidence, not one piece of property, jewelry, or anything else that was ever found to be related to Lacey.
After confessing, turning over all the stolen property, giving polygraphs, their alibi for the 24th, the day Lacey disappeared, they checked out. They were with family. They were checked out and cleared.
We're confident that we have the people in custody for the burglary, and they are not connected with the missing of.
Hey, yo.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yes.
How?
Yes, sir. Okay, I just came back. You can tell by my voice, but I'm gonna play. But I have to change up my voice.
And your voice.
My voice, I can't control it. I love to say that's my voice. Will change. Can I
That's
change
your
my
love
voice?
voice.
This is a love voice.
Laugh, laugh, laugh,
Laugh. Okay.
laugh.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. J.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the invitation.